Bitcoins and beer, Bitcoins and beer. Here is Norm, he's a storm, as he screams and raves and rants. He is here drinking beer, spilling Bitcoins on his pants. Hello, it's me, Norm, once again, here to drink beer and rant about Bitcoin. Or the state of the economy, or whatever, because it's all interwoven and everything. Today's beer, Firestone Union Jack IPA. Big beer. Italian stiletto here, opening up the beer. Yep. Kind of appropriate beer for today's rant. It smells wonderful. Tastes wonderful. The Union Jack. British flag. Union Jack. If you all remember correctly, a little over 200 years ago, probably much over 200, 1776. The United States succeeded from King George signing the Declaration of Independence. One of the things that started that was Declaration of Independence. Well, I was going to talk about Boston Tea Party. Boston Tea Party was all about taxation without representation. We'll never experience that again. Yeah, but if you ever go to Washington, D.C., because they're not actually a state, they're District of Columbia. And they're not represented. And their license plates say taxation without representation. What do you call inflation? Inflation is taxation, because inflation is a tax. Alright? Every time the United States Federal Reserve prints money, that is a tax on you and me, because that's inflation. All this talk about like lowering interest rates, which they physically can't do. I mean, it'd be impossible, because in order to not make it a big deal when you print money, quantitative easing as it's called, FDR, what do you call it? The New Deal, gosh, I can't remember what FDR called it after the Great Depression. Shoot, I should have researched this, but no. Okay, first of all, quantitative easing is not necessarily a bad thing. It's only a bad thing when you're consuming more than you're producing, okay? Quantitative easing is printing more money, putting it out there for people to spend, to put it back in the economy. But when they spend it at Walmart for things made in China, it's going back to fucking China. You fucking don't understand this economy. If you produce more than you consume, you are a snake eating its own tail. and you're going to eventually implode, like our economy. I don't know how much easier to put this, although I'm just fucking drunk, ranting about the fucking state of the economy where people really don't understand, and they're being explained to it by morons in the media. The media is fucking morons. You know what? I saw, this is a number of years back, I saw a news story. And they're like, the inventor of Segway just drove off a cliff on his Segway. It's like, inventor of, not the Segway, what is that thing called? The little thing, the scooter thing. Maybe it is a Segway. Inventor was Dean Kamen. Alright, I remember he announced it a year before he actually produced it. Everybody on the internet was like, such a mystery. What is he going to produce? Dean Kamen. Very respectable inventor. So, when they released his Segway, they made it recreational. He wanted to be more as a replacement for old people walker. He sold the company to some fucker that drove a Segway off of the cliff. The news people couldn't even do the fucking research to find out it wasn't the inventor, but yet it sounded more interesting as the inventor, so they said the inventor, Dean Kamen. Dean Kamen's still fucking alive. I still respect the guy. Look up his Wikipedia page. If anybody heard that news story and believed it, look up Dean Kamen's Wikipedia page. He's still very much alive. He invented it. It says right there on his Wikipedia page. The guy that drove the thing off the cliff was the owner of the company. Dean Kamen sold it to him because he didn't want it to be used for recreational use. He wanted it to be used for rehabilitational use. That's how much the media lies to you. They don't, well, it's not that it's naive. They're just naive. They don't, yeah. But they don't know the state of the economy. They don't know how inflation works. They don't know inflation is really a tax. Taxation without representation. And now apparently healthcare is a taxation without representation either. It's a whole other rant. But are you getting what I'm saying? Nobody understands what is in the world is going on right now. Our economy is being run by morons. Oh, did I say that? Morons? I'm sorry. They're the smartest people in the room. But you have to understand, I was taught social studies in school, not political science. But I understand political science, and I understand social studies. You're running your economy on political science, not social studies. Economy should be socially, which means a local government should do the local economy. A federal government should do better with world foreign policy. But I don't see any candidates right now talking about. They're talking about like social governmental things. They're not talking about foreign policy or fiscal policy. And when they talk about foreign policy and fiscal policy, especially fiscal policy, which is trade deals, they spin it. They spin it to sound like it's a good thing that what they're fucking doing. And they don't. They said, well, this. No, oh God, this is driving me crazy. They're like going, we can't talk about it. It's secret. You're talking about our fiscal trade deals and foreign policy. It's secret. What does that mean? It means it will piss us off if we hear the truth. How could that be secret? Why should it be secret from us? I mean, really, these foreign trade deals, fiscal policy, our foreign policy sucks. And they want us to argue about this social policy that is a local government thing. We can argue about it all we want through local government. I mean, really. I'm getting pissed. I'm sorry. Satoshi saved Satoshi.